Most people think selling on Amazon is easy. Find a product, list it, and watch the sales roll in. I wish it were that simple. It's a lot harder than it looks. Amazon is flooded with sellers, 9.7 million of them worldwide, but only 1.9 million are actually active sellers. In the US alone, over 1.1 million people are trying to make this work. Here's the truth. 58% of sellers turn a profit in their first year, but that also means 42% of them do not. So what separates winners from those who struggle? Let's break it down. And you see guys, I didn't just pull those numbers out from thin air, alright? These are really actual statistics that has been collected from Amazon sellers, and look at that. As of 2025, this year, there are 9.7 million sellers on Amazon. Basically, this 9.7 is just people who have registered a seller account. And out of this, only 1.9 million of them are actively selling on Amazon, which means you have sold at least one product this year, alright? So you can see the share. It's not a lot of sellers who are actively selling, but at the same time, these 1.9 million sellers, they are servicing 310 million customers globally. Can you see the opportunity now if you really get into this game and learn how to sell well? Out of these 1.9 million, 1.1 million of them are from the United States, which also means that the rest of the world, they are largely still unaware of this business opportunity, which is selling on Amazon FBA. Alright? And I also like to bring your attention to this very, very powerful statement here. 58% of Amazon sellers make profits, not revenue, right? Make profits within their first year of selling on Amazon. Find me another business model that is like this, that you can already go through the break-even and into the profitability zone within the first year of starting that business. It is very rare out there, and this once again signifies the opportunity of selling on Amazon. So out of these 1.9 million sellers on Amazon, you can see the distribution of the different countries right here, and most of them comes from the USA, followed by UK, Germany, and so on and so forth. Alright, so these are the breakdown of the numbers, and you can see, right, where I am from, Singapore, we have about 1,721 of us selling on Amazon only. This number is too low. We need to bring this up, right? Especially for people around Asia, right? So that's really our target audience too. Alright, so if you are looking to get started on Amazon, right, now is the time. Really do your pump up the numbers for your country. And I believe one of the most important statements made in this entire statistics is that 58% of all Amazon business turn a profit within their first year of launching on Amazon. I think that's a very great testament, right? And they break down the time taken to reach a profit and by the percentage of sellers. So over here, if you look at these three combined, that's 58%. But what's more shocking is that in the next 1 to 2 years or more than 2 years, there's a few other more sellers who will reach profitability. So if you add all this up, that's about close to 70% of all sellers on Amazon that will reach profit within at least the first 2 years. Alright, and that's a very, very big proportion. So first lesson here, don't quit too early. Alright, other people are doing it, you can do it too. This is just numbers and statistics. You just have to stay on the path so that you can begin to leverage on this business model, right? So I think that's the first lesson from these numbers right here. Don't give up too fast. If your first product fails, don't worry, right? You can always launch another product and give it another shot. And also, I also want to bring attention to this group of people here, right? Which is they don't know whether are they profitable or not. I hope none of you fall into this category, because if you really do not know if you're profitable or not, this is really not business, right? This is called gambling, right? You need to do your P&L, you need to know your numbers. Knowing your numbers is really a huge key to winning on Amazon FBA, right? So I highly recommend you master profit and loss statements, creating a financial statement, and there's a lot of softwares out there that you can use to help you to do up your P&L, so that at least you know on a weekly basis, are you profitable or not. And finally, we have this last group of sellers who are not profitable at all, right? And I don't blame them. Amazon FBA can be complicated, and there can be a lot of minefields that they have to navigate and avoid, right? So for this group of people, they probably doing it trial and error. Yeah, they are just trying. First product fail, and they analyze probably why does it fail, and after that they launch a second product, and so on and so forth, right? So if you really want to avoid that pitfall, right, we have a tailored mentorship and coaching program to help you to avoid to be in this category here, right? We will just cut short your learning curve, right, to be able to reach profitability within this group right here. And another useful statistics here is that 52% of Amazon sellers report sales above $1,000 revenue a month, alright? And you can see the breakdown here. Most sellers, right, they only get 500 revenue a month, right? But most other sellers, they actually fall according to this range right here. Majority actually falls under this range here, between 1,000 to 5,000 revenue, right? And then you can see the distribution going upwards. So I want to let you know, right, if you have not reached your first 6 figures monthly sales or even a 7-figure year on revenue, do not worry, right? Because the percentages really does goes down sharply. The people or the sellers who are doing more than 7 figures a year, they are actually less than 1% of all Amazon sellers, less than 1% of 1.9 million sellers, right? That's about 1,900 people only. Okay, so fret not, guys. Alright, so if you're working towards increasing your monthly revenue, alright, highly encourage you to maybe launch more products, find more profitable products, but more importantly, right, find a proven system for you to keep finding products again and again, so that you know exactly how to fish for products, right? And I love teaching that because product research is really one of my hobby, right? I literally go around finding products on Amazon or even products in my retail store just to put on the product research hat to find products, if see which one can really sell well based on the numbers. And now I'm just going to show you how simple it is to find profitable products on Amazon, right? I always love to use this method because it doesn't require any software or tools, which is using Amazon's new release BSR, right? When I click on new release, right, look at all the different departments with the new release kind of category in different subcategory as well. So let's say we are going for patio, lawn and garden, right? And we go to one of these subcategory, like example, maybe patio furniture and accessories, and go even further down, right? Let's say we are just looking for deck boxes, I guess, right? And there we go. This is the subcategory already, right? So why I love new release, right, is because these sellers here, or these ASINs, they are just newly launched on Amazon, and which is like less than 60 days launch on Amazon, right? And if they can get the #1 new release, it also signifies that, hey, if a new seller can sell well very quickly within the first 60 days of launch, it also signifies that a new seller like you can enter this market, right? So I would just maybe take one of these 31 gallon outdoor storage box, right? This is probably not the best because it looks like this is going to be large standard size or even oversized products, right? So we're not going to consider this, but it's fine. There's so many other categories that we can just scroll through. What other products is suitable for us, right? So probably maybe not in this deck boxes category. So let's go to maybe a tiny house kits. And definitely not selling tiny houses. This is too expensive for us. Alright, so we shall go to maybe a storage shed. Okay, so once again, no, right? So maybe we're not doing outdoor storage. Let's go up again to the patio, lawn and garden and restart the entire search. Alright, let's try pools and hot tub and supplies. And under here, let's look at maybe some kind of filter and filter media. Alright, and there we go. Look at that. These are products that I think most of us have access to. How about this? Right, above ground pool filter pump. So do your research on this. Look at that. This guy newly launched on Amazon, less than 60 days, and yet he's already selling 300 units a month. Maybe this is a first glimpse into your future winning product, right? So I 100% encourage you to look at Amazon's new release. Explore all of these different new release and then put it into the product research funnel. Let the data tells you whether if this is a good product to sell or not. So far, just looking at this looks amazing, right? Especially they reached the price that I love, above $25, and they're selling quite a decent volume every single month, and they're newly launched. Hey, perhaps your winning product is right here. Now the next statistics that we want to show you is the amount of capital that most sellers start with. Alright, and you can take a look at the percentage here. Average money spent starting the business and the percentage of sellers here. As you can see, majority of sellers start within this range here, 2,500 to 5,000 USD range, right? I can say anything below that, most likely they are retail arbitrage, or they are just drop shipping and they are flipping products using the arbitrage method. Alright, but anything above this range here, this will most likely be the private label or the wholesale route. Alright, so there's also different types of business model. Now, one of the big common reason also why Amazon sellers fail is because they didn't have enough capital to sustain the growth of their business. So let's say your first order is, let's say, about $5,000. If $5,000 is all you have access to, guess what? When you need to make your second order with your supplier, you have no capital and no finance to really order this second order. And what happens? You run out of stock, you get derank, and you got to restart the whole engine again, which is one of the most pitiable 20 reasons why you will fail on Amazon. It's just because you have no capital to absorb the second order, right? So once again, do your calculation. Make sure you always have 100 days of inventory in Amazon, and you have the ability to finance the next 100 day of inventory. If it's $5,000 for your first order, perhaps you will need another $5,000 for your second order as well. Make sure you have that money in bank. So just reaching the end of this article here, I mean, there's a very encouraging conclusion, right? Customers on Amazon buys 7,800 products per minute. Can you think about that? 7,800 products every single minute has been sold on Amazon.com, right? And 61% of them belongs to third-party sellers like you and I. So 76% of Amazon sellers become successful, with 58% of them gaining profit within the first year. Successful here means eventually they reach profitability in 2 years or 3 years or 4 years. Alright? So please don't give up too early. If your first product fails, don't worry. Try again. If other people can do it, you can do it too. Alright? So I'm also going to show with you one final reason why I think most sellers fail is that they do not know how to effectively do listing optimization. I'm going to show you a very quick snapshot of how we do listing optimization, right? So I'm just going to use this one example, right? This is one of our products here, the camping mess kit, right? So how do you know that your product is the best on the market? So this is how you will find out. So let's use this example. In our business reports, we can actually find out exactly what is our conversion rate, right? So if you don't know how to get the business reports, just simply go to business reports. Right? I also have to filter detail page sales and traffic by ASIN. So once you're here, look for this phrase called the unit session percentage. This is literally your conversion rate for that particular ASIN. Alright, so take note, my conversion rate is 10.79%, which is great, excellent. Now the next thing to look out for is the market's average conversion rate. That's what I want to benchmark against, right? It's not an arbitrary number of I have to be better than 10% conversion rate to win a certain market. No, right? It's always unique from each product to product. So how do I find the market's average conversion rate? I use this tool called the Product Opportunity Explorer, which is also, once again, head over to Growth and navigate down to Product Opportunity Explorer. And on this simple page here, right, let's search the market. Like example for me, mess kit. So navigate down to the mess kit market, and this is the niche details. This is where I want to be. Alright, so to really find out exactly what is the conversion rate of the market in the past 7 days, look at trends. Once you head over to trends, you can scroll down. You can see the search conversion rate right here. Alright, is 2.67%. Amazon deemed this as a number of purchase after a customer has entered a search result, click on the product divided by the total number of times people actually entered the search. Basically, search volume, purchase divided by search volume in percentage. Okay, so over here, based on the 42 other competitors that's selling mess kit, they get an average of 2.67%. So my goal is always to 3 to 4x this number so that I know where I'm going. If I can reach 3 to 4x this search conversion rate number, I know my launch is doing well, my product is doing great. Alright, so let's do a very quick simple calculation. If I want to do let's say 3x, right? So 2.67 multiplied by 3, my conversion target should be 8%. If I'm below 8% of this number here, my product is not very attractive, right? In this case, my business report tells me that my conversion rate is 10.79%, which is above the 3x target. So let's say if I want to do a 4x target, 6.7 times 4, 2.67 multiplied by 4, right? 10.68, which is still above the times 4x target, which is excellent, which means I am actually converting well above the market's average. And because of higher conversion, my PPC cost goes down relatively compared to my competitors, and I'm getting a lot of good organic rank, which is why we are able to get Amazon's choice and a lot of units sold and a lot of good keywords we rank for them, just because our conversion rate is higher than the 4x market's average. Okay, so this is a very important matrix that we always look at in terms of conversion rate and how we optimize our listing further. Now, if your own search conversion rate here, right, is lower than the market, that means you need to do a lot of items. Like example, how can you increase conversion rate? One big factor is the image, your main image and the rest of the listing images. Do you have a video that really showcase your product in an emotional way where people will want to buy your product? Increase that conversion rate as much as possible. Do you have the right keywords in your title? Do you have the right pricing that literally delivers value? It's a no-brainer pricing for your customers to buy you over your other competitors. How about your bullet points, and do you have an effective A+ content, and so on and so forth? Alright, because of this, we managed to really look at that. We're ranked here, right? This is like probably one of the better selling mess kits on Amazon today. Alright, and we are not priced the cheapest, by the way. Okay, so use this conversion rate data to really improve your offers over time. So my next stage is to win this guy and this guy and this guy. Alright, so slowly we're climbing up to rank number 1, and this is the process, comparing the search conversion rate. So now that I have gotten 10.79%, my next goal is, can I increase it up to 11% and then inch up to 12%? So once I inch up to those higher percentage level, I know that I will climb up this BSR ladder as well. Alright, and it's as simple as that. Always doing A/B testing on images. And this is a very quick tip where I think most sellers fail to do. They do not know how to properly optimize their listing and change images, change the pricing, test different variations so that they can win the market more effectively and deliver value to the customers. So, selling on Amazon has huge potential, but as you've seen, success isn't about luck, it's about strategy. With so much competition, the key is knowing your numbers, using the right tools, and making smart moves. If you're serious about growing your Amazon business, drop FBA in the comments below. And if this video helped, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share what challenges you're facing. I might just cover them next. See you in the next video, and keep crushing it!